Hello, my name is Tom. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Is it Kice, kicesie, something? Anyway, I've been watching your video on virginity part 1, and I find it very interesting. There are some things that I will, I guess, see differently. You say things like, how do you know when you're ready is when you're ready to buy a condom or go to the doctors for a contraceptive pill. But I think you're forgetting the fact that sex is fundamentally for creating a life and also sharing and joining yourself together with another person and committing totally to that person forever. That's how I see it anyway. So to say like, oh, you're ready to have sex when you're ready to buy a condom doesn't necessarily mean you're ready to commit to someone in the good times and the bad, and to join your body with the other person's body as a physical representation of your spiritual union. So you're right when you say you're not an authority to... I just find it really interesting how these young 12-year-old girls or whatever are listening to this and taking you as an authority on it. So, you're right to your opinion. We live in a democracy. And then on part 2, you're saying, how do you know if you found the right guy? Well, the right guy is someone who's going to commit to you totally, and if there is the chance that you do fall pregnant, is going to stay with you and is not going to encourage you to have an abortion. You said that teen pregnancies has dropped. Is that because contraceptive has increased or abortion has increased? Has it really dropped? I really don't know what to say, but all I'm saying is sex is not a game, okay? There are adults out there that are probably still not ready for sex. You know? Look at Sex and the City. It's portraying sex like a game, you know? Like who can have sex the most and things like that. Where are the days where you had sex to have a child? You know? It's not just about pleasure. And the best way to have sex is in marriage. Because on the off chance that you do have the child, you're in a stable marriage, in a good environment to bring up that child. You don't want to be having a child, right? And then the boyfriend pisses off and then you're left with the baby? Is that what you want? Is that what's best for the child? The thing is, too many people are worried about themselves and not worried about the potential child in which they might create if the condom breaks, if the contraceptive pill doesn't work, or whatever. And I think you're forgetting the fact that contraceptive pill actually reduces the egg rate in the ovaries. Eggs start to die off. And by the time you're 30, you can't have kids anymore because the contraceptive pills killed the ovaries, the eggs in the ovary at excessive rate. Our media tells us we need sex. But guess what, guys? Do you know you can actually survive without sex? Do you know you don't need it like you need food and water and shelter? Do you know sex is an option? And do you know most of the people that have this craving for sex are usually sex addicts or being abused sexually and really trying to run away from their inner pain? Do you know that? Because I'm a recovering sex addict, and I know that. And I'm talking from experience. And I've learned that sex is not a game. I lost my virginity when I was 15. I'm nearly 22 next month. And I regret it every day of my life. because that person I did not love. And I gave myself to that person outside marriage. And a part of me will always be with her, even if I like that or not. Because our bodies became one. And you take the crap of them with you, and you take the good of them with you. You take all of them with you. You become one. And do you know why I lost my virginity when I was 15? I knew, you know what? Because I didn't think. I thought, if I didn't lose my virginity now, then I'll never lose it. Because who's going to want to have sex with me? I had low self-esteem. And I'm saying this to the girls mainly. Don't have sex with a guy out of low self-esteem because you think you're not good enough. Because one, the guy's going to take advantage of you. And two, you are good enough. You are good enough. You deserve the best. And you deserve to wait till marriage. And you deserve to wait for the right guy to come along because you're worth more than that. You're worth more than that drunken sex after that party. You're worth more than having sex with your boyfriend because if you don't have sex with him, he'll break up with you. You're worth more than that, girls. And I am speaking from experience because if it's any guy, it's me. I treated girls really badly. Really badly. My girlfriend once, at the time, she was raped. And all I cared about, she wanted to cry on my shoulder and all I wanted was sex. I didn't care that she'd just been raped the night before and she was bleeding and I couldn't physically have sex with her because there was blood coming out of her vagina. You know, I didn't care. All I wanted was sex. It took over my mind. Sex can become an addiction. I'm a recovering sex addict. Be careful the choices you made. Because that girl talking, I've forgotten her name, I can't pronounce it, but she's right. Sex is a choice, and you must be careful when you make that decision, because it's one of the most important decisions of your life. Because out of that decision, you can create another life. And even if you have an abortion and get rid of that life, or that baby, or that bunch of cells, you'll still live with that the rest of your life. Sex is not a game. That's why the government says it's for adults, for two consenting adults. And who's an adult? An adult is someone who's mature enough to take consequences of their actions. So girls, I know you're only 12 or 13 or whatever, but don't rush into this. Think very seriously about this. Do as much research about it. Look at the pros and look at the cons of every decision you make. I rushed into sex and I regret it. And if I can tell anyone, is make sure you love that person, or there's a potential that you are going to be with that person. And most of all, if not anything, make sure if you have sex with a guy that he's going to be with you if there's the chance that you will have a child by him.